Series season finale, the Georgia Boot 400. The point standings reflect the fact that Frank Kimmel will indeed lock up the title by taking the green flag today, but from second on back, a lot could change in this series finale. And take a look, as you heard Ray say, Shauna Robinson making history back in sixth spot, becoming not only the first female competitor to run the entire ARCA circuit, but the first to ever finish in the top 10 in points in a national oval track stock car series. So history being made here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. ARCA's been coming here since 1984. There have been 25 different winners, names that have gone on to be NASCAR legends like Allison, Waltrip, Urban, and Wallace, who will be the next to join that list as ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, presents Speed World. The ARCA Series finale for the 2000 season coming your way. The Georgia Boot 400 in just a moment. Okay, thank you.
Great idea.
Benny, you were awesome in that first segment.
My best work.
Nice job, guys. Very nice. So welcome back. Track description is, and then grid.
Grand Marshal, Mr. Alan Lasky, here's the command to start the engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Hey, Mikey.
It is indeed a great show. This series goes from quarter miles to half miles, super speedways to dirt, and even turning right on a road course next year. It is indeed the most versatile series. Stock car
is a race car. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. Yeah.
That it.
Cover me, boys. I'm going in.
Oh. Oh, my goodness. You like those New Balances, Benny? That those you got there?
Yeah.
Those are. I'm gonna get me some new running shoes.
There's a guy down in Charlotte that sells shoes. I mean, he's where all the foot doctors send people to get buy shoes one day.
Right.
The sign says, "Don't ask for a size, ask to be fitted."
Right.
He only sells New Balance.
See, that's all I've ever run in was New Balances. That's the only thing I can run in that my legs don't hurt, my knees don't hurt.
He used to be a runner too. That's one thing.
I just, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna start training in January. I'm gonna run a marathon next year.
Are you?
Yeah, that's been my dream for.
A marathon, huh?
Yep.
That's 26.5 miles.
That's right. The most I've run is about 8 ever. So I'm gonna
Lynn,
want to do that.
man's gone crazy.
I want to run the marathon at Disney next year. I wanted something that was.
That's about like somebody jumping out of an airplane. It does.
Well, I know.
me, too.
I know. That's. I'm gonna do it. I firmly believe. Okay. Here we go, guys. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. The Legacy. Please don't show it to me. Yeah. Yeah. The Legacy's next. We have Allison Legacy. Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm Jerry Punch, along with Benny Parsons, Bill Weber, and Ray Dunlap, bringing you the ARCA season finale, and the ARCA crew there for Frank Kimmel, saluting their driver. His second title in 3 years. What an outstanding effort this year for Frank Kimmel. He's the 2000 ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde champion. Now take a look at this track. It's a double dogleg, 1.54-mile quad oval. The front straightaway, 1,415 feet. There's the backstretch. The banking, 24 degrees, and the straights are banked at a slim 5 degrees. Our starting grid, 41 cars will start, and by points, as you heard a moment ago, by owner points, that means that the front row will have okay. So we do the grid over the in-car shots? Okay, good idea. Yes, yes. Okay, good, good. We already got a guy in the pits. Some guy short pitting.
Hillenberg.
What were you going to ask me? Who let the dogs out? It's about this time of day that Logan's doodle starts to stand up. Oh, boy. That's a pretty good line. Joni said, sink 'em, Logan. We welcome you back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm Jerry Punch, along with Benny Parsons, Bill Weber, and Ray Dunlap, covering the action on pit road in our ARCA Series season finale from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Well, how about a nice salute to our 2000 ARCA champion, Frank Kimmel, winning his second title in 3 years. Congratulations to one happy Hoosier and the entire Advanced Auto Parts team. Kimmel, the 2000 champion. Our track description, it's a double dogleg quad oval, 1.54 miles around, front straightaway 1,415 feet. The backstretch is there. The turns are banked at 24 degrees, and the straightaway is a slim 5 degrees. Our starting grid determined by owner points. Remember, there was no qualifying. They started by points, and Frank Kimmel, the newest champion, on the front row, and beside him, a 3-time series champion and 3-time Atlanta winner, Tim Steele.
We go back through the top 15. Mike Harmon from down in Alabama will be 15th. Anthony Hill leads the group 16 through 30.
Mike Swaim, a former winner at Atlanta, in 25th spot. Kirk Shelmerdine also having won here back in 30th position. 41 cars will start. Former series champion Andy Hillenberg starting shotgun on the field, the 1995 ARCA champion in the BAM Racing Pontiac. We are set for the green flag. Hank Wetzel getting set to wave the green for the 20th and final time in the year 2000 for the ARCA Series, 400 kilometers, 249 miles, 162 laps. Glad to have you with us here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's been somewhat of a rainy weekend, but the clouds have moved away. It is crisp and cool but clear, and now the sun is shining on this ARCA field as they head out of turn 4 to take the green flag.
These cars had some practice on Thursday, but very, very little on Friday. No qualifying. Going to be a lot of questions asked and answered down in turn 1.
File in turns 3 and 4. Frank Kimmel trying to lead the first lap and take the championship here in 2000. And indeed he is the 2000 champion by simply rolling away and taking the green flag, and now he gets a challenge from Tim Steele.
We'll have that first lap, so really there's no point trying to battle too hard with Steele. If Tim wants to take that lead, let him go. Again, on Thursday during practice, there was some concern about the left front tire wearing out. See Shauna Robinson moving by Bob Strait, moving to the 3rd position.
Shauna having a great year this year in ARCA, running the full circuit for the first time. As I mentioned, the first female driver ever to do that. Has her sights set on running 7 Winston Cup events, driving for Michael Tranifus in 2001.
I thought that Shauna was going to try to pass the Frank Kimmel car going in turn 3. Had a good run, but decided not to press the issue. See the 59 car, Martin Gibson, alongside the 5 of Bobby Gerhardt. Gibson's still a little bit sore from this crash at Talladega you saw here on ESPN about a month ago.
And here's the car number 95 of David Keith. Last time we had an ARCA event on our air, this young man was in victory lane at Talladega at the Winn-Dixie 300. And because he runs a limited schedule, Benny, he had to start toward the back of the pack. But boy, is he coming in a hurry toward the front.
Started back in 27th position.
Let's check in the pits with Ray Dunlap.
Well, Jerry, here's what happened to David Keith. He needed to index his steering wheel, so he came down pit road. If you do that after the cars have rolled off, you have to drop to the tail. So even though he's qualified, or would have started this race in 27, he actually started clear at the tail. He has moved up, and he has passed 11 or 12 cars already, so I think that 95 could be strong today.
Andy Belmont on pit road for an unscheduled stop in the America Online York Heating and Air Conditioning Ford as they go to work on that car.
Do all 4. 4 tire stops.
He's telling them on the radio, please do all 4, and he still can't get all the lug nuts off the right front. What in the world? Cannot barely, finally gets the right front tire off.
Scott Warcall, the crew chief there for Andy Belmont out of Pendle, Pennsylvania, runner-up for Rookie of the Year a year ago. On pit road for an unscheduled stop here on lap number 6. There's the lead twosome. Actually make it a threesome now as Shauna Robinson has run down the leaders.
And the last time by, she was about a mile per hour faster than Tim Steele. Andy Belmont finally has his 4-tire stop completed and heads back on the racetrack. Have a blown engine on the backstretch.
That is the car number 19 of Ed Barrier, driving the Earthlink machine. Interesting start for Ed Barrier, and the reason he's in this car number 19.
Kevin Counselor crashed also in that race at Talladega. We talked about Mark Gibson, and he is still so sore that I talked to him just a few moments ago. He did not want to take a chance on any kind of hit here in Atlanta, so he chose to put someone else in his car for this race.
We wish Kevin a speedy recovery. He's a contractor down in Naples, Florida. Longtime ARCA competitor, great guy as well. There are the 3 cars trying to sort it out here in the early laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 3-time ARCA champion Tim Steele. They call him the Man of Steel. He is showing the way under sunny skies here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 8 laps are complete. You got to be. Okay, I'll be happy to. ARCA historical moment number 3. I've only got cards for number 2 and number 6.
That's just use 6.
Just use 6, okay. Hey, Harris Devane. That's the only historical moment you're going to get. Oh, Mikey, that was an awesome tape. Just hearing that again made me want to smack him. Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Shauna Robinson making a move for 2nd position.
Got position on the outside coming off turn 2. And there's a smoker blown engine down in turn 1. They'll be racing back to the line, and I guess that Shauna will have that spot as we see Norm Bennett in the 84 Sobe car. Heavy smoke out of the back of that vehicle.
Norm was 8th in the points coming into the season finale. That won't hurt him significantly. Joe Cooksey was only 85 points back in 9th. Andy Belmont on the 70 back in 10th spot. You see the smoke coming out of Norm Benny's car. Speaking of Andy Belmont, what went on with him, Ray Dunlap? What was the problem?
Well, Jerry, it was a left rear tire that separated right at the top of the casing. Now, these cars can go to 50 or 55 laps on fuel, no problem, but there is some concern about the left side tires this weekend and how long they will last. I asked the crew chief down there if they may have had a rub. He said he wasn't really sure, but it was a left rear tire that went flat on Andy's car.
There's Andy back on the racetrack. He missed Rookie of the Year 2 years ago by a scant 8 points behind Bill Baird. He finished runner-up. First caution flag of the day here at Atlanta Motor Speedway by Norm Benning's engine blowing. We'll take a quick break and come right back.
How do you pronounce that? Huh? Dolphin?
95 is up to 13th.
57 came from 25th to 16th. Let's see. We might want to mention Kerry Earnhardt is now in 12th. We didn't mention Kerry very much in the starting lineup, but he's come all the way from 29th to 12th.
And Damon Lusk started 21st. He is 8th.
Out of a canyon, yeah. Yeah.
All right, you guys.
All right. Well, the big Kmart trucks are pulling away.
Yes. Oh, that would have been all right.
That's the last thing Joni said to Benny when we got out of the van back at the hotel, and he was pulling that out and was walking down the hallway. She said, don't you go upstairs and use that to get excited. That magnifying glass. Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. That was very nice of you.
Started 37th, he's 17th.
Yep.
Wonder what cars are going to take to the wind tunnel besides the 12.
Man, those guys get packed up and they get the heck out of here, don't they?
As quickly as they can.
Well, they are. That's wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's 60 miles an hour.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway under caution for the first time today, coming out on lap number 13, a blown engine from Norm Benning's car. As pit stops become the order of the day, a number of cars coming down pit road, including our leader, Ray Dunlap.
A little bit of a handling issue for Tim Steele, so he called in and said, why don't we go ahead and take that rubber out of the right rear? And they said, well, if we're going to do that, let's put 4 tires and gas on it. So they will do that. He comes in just ahead of him, Joe Cooksey. So a number of cars coming down. Even though this is very, very early, these guys wanted to take a look at tire wear and see if there was any problems. Left sides come around here. Under yellow here, not a big issue on how quickly they go. 4 tires for Steele, but he will lose a few spots, as we saw Matt Hutter and a number of other cars did beat him out. And we see Bob Strait now stalls it just a little bit on the 66, but he's down and away with 4 tires also.
Christian Elder on and off pit road. There's Bob Strait, the Dolphin Technologies machine, our onboard cameras. He was leaving the pit road a moment ago. And see that Shauna Robinson stayed on the racetrack, as did Frank Kimmel. I want to correct myself. I said Norm Benning blew an engine for the caution to come out. We are hearing now that it may not be quite so bad. It may have had an oil line come loose.
That's why we're hearing that they have replaced the oil line. He's back on the racetrack. So Shauna Robinson decided to stay on the racetrack and assumes the lead.
Shauna looking for her first win in ARCA competition. Her best finish this year, a 4th at Pocono. Her best career finish, you saw it in the Open when she finished 2nd at Daytona 2 years ago to Bobby Gerhardt. Driving for Michael Kranifus. Larry Wallace, who builds the engines for Roger Penske, has the engine builder of note for this car. And as we mentioned, she plans to run up to 7 Winston Cup events in 2001 and selected events in ARCA and maybe even Busch.
Sounds like Shauna Robinson has a busy schedule ahead of her in 2001. Taking a look at her onboard cameras. There's Tim Steele. Tim Steele comes out of the pits in 23rd position. There's Kirk Shermerdine, the 57th CLR car. He's in the 11th position. And there's our 2nd place car, our champion, Frank Kimmel.
Getting set for the restart, we might mention some drivers have made some pretty good moves. Let's take a look at our field summary at the top 15 there. Justin Labonte in 12th spot. He started back in 37th position. That is Terry Labonte's 19-year-old son, Justin, all the way to 12th position in the first 19 laps.
And in 5th position, the 75 car, Damon Lusk. He started back in 21st position as you look at 16 through 30.
See Mark Gibson, Christian Elder, some of those cars that pitted toward the back of this pack. There's Dwayne Like in 36th spot. He is the final car on the lead lap. And a 3-time Winston Cup winner here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Morgan Shepherd, driving the car number 80. Good to have Morgan back on the racetrack as we get set for a restart here at Atlanta on lap number 21 after caution was out for 8 laps.
The 7 car, Rich Woodland, restarts on the inside of Shauna Robinson, quickly jumps in front, trying his best to stay in front, hope the caution flag comes out and get a lap back. Rick had an unscheduled pit stop, which placed that 7 car a lap down.
There's Andy Belmont on the inside. He's the blue car, the America Online machine that made the unscheduled stop as well, Benny. He is being shown 2 laps down in 37th position, trying to run beneath the 7 car, and didn't have to catch Shauna Robinson at least to get 1 lap back, but Shauna's pulling away.
Now Kimmel pulls up on the inside of Woodland in the 7 car. Takes off in the pursuit of Shauna Robinson and the lead.
Take a look at the top of the frame there. The car number 95, that's the Shoney's Inn machine. Earl and Czech Sadler own the car. Young man giving it a heck of a ride. David Keith, who won at Talladega. Good race car.
Sure is. He's currently in the 6th position and trying to take 5th away from Lyndon Amick in 99. And looks like that Keith, well, no. Still kind of undecided. Oh, no, don't do that. He almost made a bad decision there to pass Rich Woodland on the outside.
That's one of those, do I go high, do I go low? Uh-oh.
Exactly. Because Woodland, there was no way in the world that he would have known that Keith was on the outside of him. Now we see the 99 car of the Lyndon Amick on the inside of the 4 of Mark Brenner. That's a battle for the 4th position.
Benny, how valuable is this to young David Keith? He sat on the pole a number of times and led these races early on, but to start in the back of the pack and have to work traffic, does this actually help him in the long run?
Of course it does. Any lap that you make on a super speedway at this kind of speed, and after all, they're running around 180 mile per hour average. That is invaluable as far as on down the road for a young man.
Talking about David Keith driving the car number 95 for Earl and Czech Sadler. David is 26 years of age. Grew up in Owensboro, Kentucky. Some pretty good drivers hail from Owensboro, Kentucky.
The Waltrip brothers, the Green brothers. That's about 5 of them I know of. Also Jeremy Mayfield. Jeremy Mayfield, as a matter of fact, was David Keith's brother-in-law.
And had a lot to do with David getting involved in racing, being able to run the ARCA series. There's a look at David. Good-looking race car. That is the Shoney's Inn Visual Bible Ford Taurus. And if you wonder why he's running so strong, Robert Yates' engine in that car.
The almost entire field going by. Morgan Shepherd, we talked about him a moment ago. There he is in the 80 car.
Well, Morgan had some great wins here at Atlanta. Brings back some memories. Jack Beebe's Buick. One in Bud Moore's Ford back in 1990. And one for the Wood brothers in 1993. 3 pretty good owners to be a part of in Winston Cup history. There is our leader, Shauna Robinson. She says, I'm very proud of the fact that I'm a 35-year-old mother of 2. I took time out to be a mom, to be a good wife, and now I'm back pursuing my dream as a race driver. And one heck of a race driver she is. She is showing the way here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. After 28 of 162 laps are complete. Back with more in just a moment.
Kid doing a heck of a job.
Driving for Bob Shack. Did you talk to him down there, BP?
I talked to, no, I didn't talk to him. I talked to Jack. I didn't talk to him.
I didn't either.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Man, could I have some fun with that, but I won't. Why not? No, I mean, you know, I'm talking about from the edible standpoint.
Oh, that's fun.
Uh-oh.
That's big.
That's when... Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jerry Punch, along with Benny Parsons, Bill Everett, and Ray Dunlap, bringing you the ARCA Series season finale here at Atlanta. They've been coming here since '84. This is the 32nd ARCA event run at this 1.5-mile oval in Hampton, Georgia. And there is the young lady that they're chasing. What a race driver she is. 35-year-old Shauna Robinson showing the way in Michael Cranifus Ford Taurus.
That white car that just went by was a second-place car of Damon Lusk. Slow car down the backstretch. Appeared to be the 10 car of Dennis Strickland. Battle for position, the 57 and 66. Let's see, that would be back for the 11th position, and also Andy Hillenberg in the mix as well in the 11 car. I don't know, but I would just guess that 11 car, the black and yellow car, was purchased from Bill Davis Racing. That's just a guess.
I'd say it's a pretty good guess. Those, of course, the colors of the Caterpillars sponsorship that Bill Davis runs in Winston Cup with Ward Burton. As you look at these two cars, here comes David Keith. He's already made the move around Frank Kimmel for 3rd position.
And the black car right behind Kimmel is Kerry Earnhardt. That's the number 2, the oldest son of Dale Earnhardt. 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion.
Of course, Kerry is 30 years of age. Dale Jr. is 3 years younger. Kerry making his 6th start. There's a look at Kerry. The Monte Carlo SS. That is a special edition vehicle that is available at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated Chevrolets, sponsoring his son here at Atlanta in the ARCA finale. Got an ARCA win at Pocono back early in the year, back in June.
He moves by the Frank Kimmel car. Ooh, and they just squeezed by Ron Cox in that 23 car. Let's check out a Remax telemetry and see what kind of mile per hour that Kimmel will get down the straightaway, the front stretch. 170, watch as it accelerates. 80. 89, 191, 192.
Look at the G-forces in the turn there. See the very bottom of that Remax telemetry showing you they pulled, what was it, 1.2 Gs a moment ago in the turn?
That's what I saw, yes. Down the backstretch should be slower, but it's about the same speed today because they have a pretty brisk tailwind down the backstretch. So we saw 193, actually a little faster, 1 mile per hour faster on the back.
Well, very similar speeds to what we saw out of the Winston Cup cars that were here at Atlanta, running in their season finale, the Napa 500. Great shot from overhead here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Tim Steele pedaling as hard as he can go. That's the rear bumper camera for Frank Kimmel.
And Steele goes by, takes over that 5th position, and here comes Justin Labonte, that Slim Jim car, red and yellow. This is Terry Labonte's son.
What is it about the Labontes at Atlanta Motor Speedway that they just run like rabbits here?
I don't know. I'm sure that Terry and his Uncle Bobby could help Justin out on the line around the racetrack, but still, he's the young man that has to press the accelerator down and make the car go fast. And Kimmel is really, really slow. These guys have passed him and run off and hidden from the champion. I think Frank is probably rethinking that decision not to pit.
And as you mentioned, Benny, there has been a lot of concern in the ARCA garage about some tire wear because of the limited practice they did get. And earlier in the week, and it was extremely cool and overcast and misty when they did practice.
Oh, Kerry Earnhardt going by the 47 car, a lap car of John Herb, and he's been able to get by David Keith and move into the 3rd position.
Some future stock car stars running right together. The two is Kerry Earnhardt, 30 years of age. David Keith in the car number 95. He is 26 years old.
And here comes Steele. He's on the inside of David Keith. He takes a spot away.
Boy, two widely different lines through the corner.
Yes, Steele on the very bottom of the racetrack. David Keith right up on the top of the track.
Benny, is that the way the cars are set up like that, or is that just the way the drivers prefer to take them in the corners and run that line?
Just the way the cars are set up, and the driver is smart enough, David Keith, smart enough to realize he can't keep his car on the bottom of the racetrack the way that Tim Steele or Kerry Earnhardt can, so he goes where the car will run best. As you saw Tim Steele go by Kerry Earnhardt, move up, take over the 3rd position.
Looking back at that side-by-side battle, Kerry Earnhardt fades a little bit, and now Keith will take the position away, and he goes very high. Now David Keith is running that Dale Earnhardt line here at Atlanta, way up toward the top of the racetrack.
Way on top.
Used to call it the Harry Gant line, but now Harry retired. By the way, who are they chasing up front? It's this car number 8 here of Shauna Robinson.
They're going to be chasing that white 75 car in just a couple of laps because that's Damon Lusk, and he is much, much faster than the 8 car of Shauna Robinson. Shauna slowed dramatically the last few laps, 4 or 5 mile per hour slower. Lusk goes up on the outside. Now Shauna drifts up the racetrack. Damon Lusk will try to get on the inside. Some heavy traffic up there, so hopefully he will not try to pass as they lap the other cars. Attaboy, Damon.
Damon Lusk out of Inman, South Carolina, ran the NASCAR Southwest Series for a while, finished 4th in points back in 1999, makes a move to the inside.
He gets Shauna hooked up behind the 7 car of Rich Woodland, uses the 7 as a pick and just drives by.
Well, a 23-year-old driver driving for a veteran by the name of Bob Shack is showing the way down at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Great run here in the early laps for Damon Lusk. It's Lusk, Robinson, Steele, David Keith, and Kerry Earnhardt, the top 5.
He owns the car.
Driving for Bob. No, I'm trying to catch me, aren't you? I'll get you.
I appreciate you going to that before it happened there, Neil.
That was good. That was good. That was actually Mikey probably did that.
I told him I was about to believe he argued with me. So.
He's in a truck a quarter of a mile away, and you're watching the race, and he's arguing with you?
I think it's Damon Lusk. Jerry is from the Northwest here, Oregon or Washington or somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah. According to what I had gotten here, was that he finished. Yeah, go ahead. Finish. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Tell you what, they're going to start making the pit stops here pretty soon.
Yeah. But up, That's the only thing I hadn't talked to him, so I just used that.
I'm pretty sure it's
Northwest, you think?
But I'm not sure.
Okay. Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, I'm Jerry Punch along with Benny Parsons, Bill Everett, and Ray Dunlap, bringing you the ARCA Series season finale, the Georgia Boot 400. And that white car with the Dayglow orange numbers on the side of it, that is Damon Lusk. He is the leader, as Matt Hunter has his troubles on pit road with the hood up.
And we see him overheating. See the steam coming out behind the right rear tire. That's where the overflow for the radiator is. I guess they're trying to put some water in the Phoenix construction of Pontiac. Car is down and he's not moving.
Yeah, Mark Reno and company taking a look now at the back where the overflow hose is. And they're talking to Matt now. Driving for James Finch as you look at Damon Lusk.
Jerry, he's got to stop pretty soon. You see him going by the 14 car of Christian Elder, putting Christian a lap down in 25th position, but most of these cars stopped on the caution flag back on lap 18. Damon Lusk did not.
We mentioned his car owner is Bob Shack, who owns this Racing for Christ sponsored machine. Shack, one of the winningest owners in ARCA history. One of the winningest drivers, I should say, in ARCA history. Bob has 19 career victories. Decided to step aside and put this youngster in the car. How many young drivers have come from the Northwest and Southwest Series the last couple of years have been very successful, BP?
Damon Lusk, one of our winter heat graduates out of the Tucson Raceway Park. A lot of us at ESPN are out there for about 3 years doing that series.
Think about Greg Biffle and Kurt Busch, and of course Damon's just 23 years of age, so he's right in that line to start making some steps.
16 car of Tim Steele has run down the 8 of Shauna Robinson, and Steele stopped on lap 18. He has fresh tires. Shauna Lusk did not.
So you see Shauna Robinson in the 8, Steele the 16. 95 is Keith. You're going to see the black number 2 coming to your picture right there. That's Kerry Earnhardt. from way back in the back of the pack from 29th starting spot.
And Steele, with those 4 fresh tires, has moved into that second position. See Keith on the inside of Shauna Robinson, trying to take over that 3rd spot.
Well, pit stops had to happen here in the next few laps, and here is Kerry Earnhardt on pit road in the car number 2.
To the Pennzoil team, pit crew of Steve Park, changing the tires. Well, this ought to be a huge advantage for Kerry Earnhardt, having these pit stops from Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
Have a little bit of a problem there. They finally get him down and away. As he leaves, Shauna Robinson comes in the car number 8. Michael Kranifus, Race Against Drugs, Kmart Ford Taurus, and the crew will go to work on her car. Ray Dunlap.
Going to be an air pressure adjustment, Jerry, on the right front there. They go over. They've got the right side tires rolling here. Kind of a mismatch of a crew. You've got Jeff Clark, the jackman there for Dale Earnhardt. That's her husband. They go to the left side here. Everybody ready? Shauna. Well, a little bit of a hang up there on the left front. They had a lug nut. 2 lug nuts came loose on the left front, so they are going to lose a bit of time here. Down and away. Justin Labonte in the 08 on the way in. We see Shauna is now down away, and here is Justin coming down. The Slim Jim car. This will be the final race for the sponsorship for the Slim Jim people on the Labonte car. They had it on their Busch Grand National car. That sponsorship going away, and the Busch Grand National team is now officially closed. They move to the left side now. The crew comes back around. Justin said the car was very, very good. He didn't want any changes, so apparently he's pretty happy with the race car. We also see David Keith coming in. Bob Labonte grabbing the tires from behind the wall. Of course, Bob Labonte celebrating a championship this year for his youngest son, Bobby. Justin down and away. We saw the 95 coming in. David Keith. Lots of action on pit road here. And back up to you, Jerry.
Well, you see Jerry Coble and company changing tires now on Earl and Check Saddler's machine. David Keith. Big concern here, Benny, is most of the crew members for the ARCA cars are volunteers, and they had to go back to work here on Monday in the week, and so they had to find other volunteers to change tires and try to borrow some Winston Cup crew members.
That's why I thought that the Pennzoil team changing tires for Kerry Earnhardt was going to be a huge advantage, but they had trouble and it did not pan out. But there will be other pit stops, and I think that experienced pit crew, that Winston Cup crew, will make a difference before the day is over.
Earlier in the day, there were a number of these ARCA owners going through the Winston Cup garage area trying to see if they could be able to recruit some people to come work on their car. They had to get them signed up with an ARCA license so the ARCA insurance would cover them. It was a lot of paperwork, a lot of shuffling because of the fact that this race was scheduled to happen over the weekend. Weather moved in. It was postponed until today. Still in the early laps in Atlanta. Back with more in just a moment. Stay with me.
I can't believe Lusk is still out. Son, you got to pit. Yeah, left front. They didn't get him tight that first time. Left front was the guy was still tightening the lug nuts on the left front when they let the jack down. Damon Lusk has got to pit eventually. Yep. Good.
We are back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the big question is, when will Damon Lusk pit? He's got to pit very quickly or very soon. Here is Frank Kimmel, our 2000 Series champion, headed to you, Bill Weber.
Frank Kimmel slowly down pit road, has to glide around the 4 car. After starting on the pole because the field was lined up by points, he has slowly gone backwards through the field. A very bad push. They were hoping for a caution to make some major changes because they have to pit under green. They will try and adjust it with air pressure. Right sides are on, around to the left side. smooth so far, hoping not to make any mistakes. That's already been a big factor in this race. He's down and away. We go to Ray.
Bob Schacht is on the radio telling Damon Lusk this time by, and they are on pit road. You see the car coming down. They are not going to make any changes to the chassis. They will pull a piece of tape off of the front to make sure the car is plenty cool for Damon, but boy, what a race car this kid has today. The crew goes around to the left side. This group not used to doing lots of pit stops here. Kind of a makeshift crew working for Schacht this weekend. They go to the left side, and this could be very costly in time. Mike Mack up on the left front. That is crew chief. They get to the left side, going pretty smoothly here. Schacht, the 19-time winner in the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series. Left front is off. A bit of a lengthy stop here. Mike Mack hitting the left front lug nuts. They got that tape off of the front, and Damon is back in the race.
Oh, what happened now? Oh, I saw a different car. Let's go back down to Ray.
I don't know, Benny. Didn't see it.
Oh, I thought that he had stalled the car when he tried to leave. But is he allowed to drive across that yellow line when he leaves the pits? I wonder if he's supposed to do that. I've seen other cars as it exited pit road stayed down on the apron of the racetrack. I hope that's...
Well, we'll find out if the ARCA officials bring him back in with a consultation. Here's a little bit of traffic. That's Brian Ross, the 67 car. The 16 is the leader. That is Tim Steele. Now, his tires beginning to wear somewhat. Did you see David Keith? Whoa! David almost hits down for the grass to get inside of Steele. There goes Ross, Brian Ross by in the 67 car. The Loctite Damon RV Chevrolet. Justin Labonte is there as well. Remember, he is on 4 fresh tires, a Slim Jim Chevy.
So David Keith, the 95 car, is 3 laps down. 3 laps down to the leader, Tim Steele. We saw David Keith make a pit stop. Well, the ARCA officials black flagged him and called him back into the pits to tighten some lug nuts on the left front wheel. That's why he's 3 laps down.
Let's go down to Bill Weber.
Jerry up at the left front of Frank Kimmel's car, and if you look right over here, you can see obvious tread wear on the inside. Benny, something you talked about early in the race, probably blocked by the shadow now, but Frank Kimmel wearing the inside of that left front right down to the cords, and that was about 58 laps, and only a handful of those were under caution. They'll have to be very careful the rest of the way, right?
Well, Bill, Bobby Gerhardt is in, and remember, we talked about the point situation. He's currently 5th in points. Shauna Robinson trying to take that position over. Gerhardt said his car is very, very loose, so they are going to make a chassis change. Guys working on the left front there. They roll back around. This looks like this is going to be a 4-tire stop. And no, they just did right sides, but the car is stalled, and Bobby can't get it refired. The crew is pushing here. This is going to be costly with only getting right side tires, and the car will not fire. They continue to push him. He continues to turn it over. He says it won't go, won't go. Oh, boy.
And this could be a huge, huge problem. There's Billy Gerhardt with his left hand on the radio. That's Bobby's older brother, screaming to get some ether from somebody to spray in the engine.
I don't think the clutch is working on that car, maybe. He acts like he doesn't have a clutch, like they're pushing the cars in high gear, 3rd gear. Now he finally gets the car started. Oh, man.
That cost them about 35 seconds. They're trying to get the car refired on pit road. There is Billy Gerhardt, Bobby's older brother. Got to be out of breath. Running along, pushing the car up, getting it fired. They want to be able to hang on to a top 5 finish here in the ARCA standings so they can go and pick up a nice check at the ARCA banquet on December 9th up at the Regal Cincinnati Hotel in Cincinnati, Ohio. The 2000 ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series Award Ceremony. We are approaching the halfway mark here at Atlanta Motor Speedway as 70 of 162 laps are complete. Tim Steele is our leader.
Here comes Steele.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, our leader has slowed abruptly on the racetrack. Ray, is it what we think it is?
I believe so, Jerry. He just came on the radio and said, I'm out of gas, which surprises me because Steele came in earlier when we had that pit stop at lap 18. So they may not have had that car full of fuel whenever they started this race, which would be very, very odd. But anyway, the crew is going to go around the left side. Fuel going in right now. Tim trying to fire the car, working on the left side. These guys get the stop done pretty well. This is one of the best crews in ARCA. They practice and get the work done here. Steele now, they spray a little ether there, and the engine is not fired. To the left side, tires are done. Unbelievable that Tim Steele out of gas, so here we're going to see another push job. The crew gets going, and Steele trying to turn it over, cranking it. This was probably one of the best cars there, and it still does not fire. So without firing here, well, they get it. So the 16 is going, but Bob Strait comes to pit road right now. He's not out of gas, so that's good news. Crew going around to the left side. Bob Strait in a car that could win this race today. To the left side. Fuel is in, and that is going to be so costly for Tim Steele. This should be a chance for Bob Strait to make a big move on Tim Steele and get closer in this race. Strait is down and away.
We use the term push a great deal in stock car racing. That's not exactly what we're talking about. Pushing the car down pit road. We're talking about a chassis condition on the racetrack, not 6 or 7 guys trying to kill themselves to push the car and get it restarted.
There is Danny Pardis driving for Bill Gardner. They tell me that they may be very, very close to having a sponsorship to run the full ARCA Tour for 2001 and maybe even more. Talking about people who deserve a great shot at running full season. Danny Pardis and Bill Gardner, or Jim Gardner, the Jim and Judy Motorsports effort. Danny Pardis out of Daytona Beach, Florida.
And Frank Kimmel's left rear tire has disintegrated, has torn up the quarter panel, and he's got to come to pit road. That looks like wow, look at the smoke inside the car from that flat tire.
Well, it's a good thing you wrapped up the championship just by starting today, but he's not having a real good day here. He, by having that tire come apart, he will obviously lose at least 1 lap, if not 2 or more. Bringing the car down to his brother Bill Kimmel. There's Bill and the crew across the wall for the Advanced Auto Parts Chevrolet.
And they're just changing left sides, which is kind of surprising to me. And didn't have the car quite high enough. And I guess that the tire has done so much damage to the rear they can't get the tire off. The tread has probably come off the tire, wrapped itself around the axle, and they're trying to get the tread off.
Wow. As the work continues on Frank Kimmel, our new champion's car, let's check on what's happening with Tim Steele's situation.
Well, Jerry, this fuel thing just didn't make any sense to me, so I ran down here to ask Tom Sokolowski what the deal was. He said their next scheduled pit stop was between 80 and 81, so he has no idea how that car could have been out of fuel. They did get it full on the last stop. He said either our fuel mileage is really, really bad or something just went screwy because they shouldn't have been in for another couple of laps now, so they really scratching their heads on that one.
Something that's probably happened to the pickup tube inside the gasoline tank, where they're not picking up all the fuel in the tank. Jeremy Mayfield, where did he run out of gas here not too long ago? And we said, how could he run out of gas with that big a lead? And in fact, I think it was in Phoenix, Arizona. The fact of the matter, he had 1.5 gallons left in the tank, but the pickup, something happened to the pickup tube and did not allow the 12 car, Jeremy, to pick up all the fuel. And evidently, it's something like that has happened to Tim Steele.
Well, it's not what you have, it's what you can get.
Exactly.
Tough break for Tim Steele, and as Ray Dunlap mentioned, Tom Sokolowski and that crew, they are veterans in ARCA. They're not going to run a car out of fuel by miscalculating. Obviously, had to be something on board like that that created a problem for them. And now the concern is, how do they calculate the remaining stops?
Oh, when we see a car going hard crashing the inside wall.
Man, I didn't mean to do that, but hell, I just come in to the outside. about that, but I was already committed to the outside.
Well, you heard David Key say, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to go to the outside. He pulled up in front of me. There you could obviously hear David Key very upset that he had spun this young man out, Matt Mullins, out of Harrisburg, North Carolina, in the BAM Racing Pontiac.
What a huge break this was for the 42 car of Danny Pardis. Right now, only 3 cars in this race on the lead lap. Pardis, Kerry Earnhardt, and Shauna Robinson.
What can show you what brought out the caution. There's the what's left of the car. Again, here's the impact, left side of your screen.
Just a slight bump to the rear, but that's all it takes. And you see what David Keith was talking about happened. Now watch this. Oh, man. And it says, bam, and that's exactly what happened. Bam.
It's like one of those Batman cartoons where they put BAM up on the screen when they ever hit somebody. A little bit of flame and it extinguishes itself as some fuel from the front of the engine. Pretty hard impact by Matt Mullins in the car number 49, bringing out the second caution flag of the day. Safety crews are there. We'll update his situation and what's going on in just a moment. Then we're going to cover everybody with a lead lap with our cameras. Wow. Oh, we don't see him. Can't see him.
One, 11 cars a lap down them. Probably is. Is that it? The white car on the very bottom back there? He stopped on lap 18. He is out of gas, ain't he? Does he stop back there? Is that's him going in turn 3? Is that the 42 going in turn 3? He's out of gas.
He's out of gas. How about that?
Gracious. 64 laps.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, working caution the second time of the day, and there is our leader, who was our leader just until a moment ago, and Benny, he's just barely coasting.
He is out of fuel, run out of fuel on the caution flag, and I don't know, Jerry, that he'll be able to get back. He no longer is the leader. The 2-car, Kerry Earnhardt, is now the leader, and we see him on pit road. Let's go to Bill Weber.
And this will be a 4-tire stop. Here you have an experienced pit crew and a relatively inexperienced driver, but Earnhardt doing a fine job so far. He's got the car straight, he's got it fired, still running, left side's going on. Fuel's already in, so Kerry Earnhardt gets 4 tires, waiting on the left rear. He's on his way, we got a done lap.
Could be a good race off pit road. Kerry Earnhardt beats Sean out. They make no changes on the number 8 car. They said their tire wear is real good. They're very happy, so no changes here, but they did take 4 tires and some fuel, but the 2 car beat them out.
That 2 car is Kerry Earnhardt. There's the 42 car, the Coastal Auctions machine. Danny Pardis said, come on, tell him the record, please come on. The record guy said, hey, I'm not the one that ran out of gas.
And Jerry, the pace car is coming off turn 4. Right now, if they could get him some fuel in the car and restart it, he might could stay on the lead lap, but I don't think that he can get to pit road, get fuel in it, get it restarted before the field comes by and laps him. There comes the pace car. No, he's going to go from leading the race to a lap down.
Man. Jim Gardner, what a nice guy who owns that car, Jim and Judy Motorsports, hoping to get still looking to get a sponsor to run the full season next year. And what a tough break for Danny Pardis, Jim Gardner and company. They spray the ether trying to get the car refired, and Benny, as you mentioned, the pace car has gone by, and they have been put 1 lap down to the field.
They got to change tires one of these days. I don't understand what, they get the car restarted, but he still has the used tires on there. I don't understand.
Well, we'll sort it out when we come back. We still work the second caution flag today. Matt Mullen's car, heavy impact into the wall on lap number 81. Back in a moment. Mullins.
Jerry.
Yeah, they're doing, he was standing up before this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's talking to him. That's normally precautionary if you take a lick like that and you have any kind of neck discomfort and all that. They block you and tape you down, take you in for insurance. Oh, man. Oh. That's pretty good. I like that. Is that from Mark? Good line, Mark. What's that? Oh, you mean fuel or subtracted it? But
Well, after all Steele's problems, he's still on the lead lap.
how about that? Oh.
Damon Russ may be from South California. I know he's somewhere out west. He's southwest.
Yeah, they're winter heat guy somewhere out there. They got him finishing fourth in the points in the Southwest Series in '99. That's what they have in their bio.
That's probably there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, someone go.
Other Super Speedway victories for Kimmel include the victory in 1998 at the Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte. Kimmel also went to victory lane in the Michigan ARCA 200 that year as well. Now, you would have to consider that this is an unscheduled stop.
Did somebody take that down to that piece of glass, that plaque?
Okay.
What is that plaque? Yeah.
Is that going to be before or after the Allison Legacy Car Series, Mikey?
You leaving, Lynn? Have a good winter.
Are you? Okay. Give Marilyn our best, will you, partner?
Huh?
We lost our AD.
Get out of here, man.
Slob left early, he's stuck in a gravel trap, so.
Wow, wow.
How many laps is this thing?
162.
We're halfway then, ain't we?
We're over halfway, yeah.
So they can make it on one more stop. I don't know. Where is it? Where is the leaders?
Yeah.
Let's close in a little bit, Dean. Let me see what we got back here. Thank you, Dean. That Dean, he listens to me. So I guess Steele is on the tail end of the lead lap.
Atta baby, Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
This Chuck or Nelson here. Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway at Hampton, Georgia. Just finishing up the second caution flag today. An incident involving Matt Mullins. We'll update you on him very shortly. As we are set for the restart on lap number 90. We are past the halfway point. This caution out for a total of 9 laps.
On the line of cars on your left-hand side of the screen, the black car in third position is the leader, Kerry Earnhardt. Meanwhile, the 66 and 16 trying their best. The 16 car, Tim Steele, is on the tail end of the lead lap, and Bob Strait is a couple of laps down, trying to stay in front of the leader and hope that caution flag comes out once again.
Shot of those cars whipping by at 190 miles per hour. They are dicing back and forth. 3 wide now off of 4 wide.
And David Keith is trying to be 4 wide on the outside. It will not fit, David. I'll tell you that right now.
Can I open my eyes yet, Benny?
Yes, you can open your eyes. Billy Venturini in the 25 car trying to get on the inside of David Keith.
4 wide. I mean, there is David Keith in the Shoney's in.
Mario Goslin, the 58 car, the other red and white car in front of David Keith. And David, high, wide, and handsome.
Wow, David headed to Hampton, Georgia up there on the outside lane. There's Danny Pardis, the 42 car. If you just joined us, he was our leader and ran out of fuel. Ended up losing laps to the leader. Danny now being shown actually 1 lap. He's a lap down in 10th position.
Robert Burrows in the 53 car, the yellow car on the inside.
Robert is 2 laps down in 16th spot.
There we see the leader, Kerry Earnhardt. He has been able to get by the 66 of Bob Strait. 8th car of Shauna Robinson, the last car on the right side of your screen, is in 2nd place. The 16 car of Tim Steele is on the tail end of the lead lap, but he is pulling away from the leader, Kerry Earnhardt, right now.
69 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And there's a look at Shauna. The car number 8 as she is running in 2nd position, trying to get her first ARCA Series win, ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series win. And Benny, here as you mentioned, this is the 3rd place car, and he's looking back at the leader.
You can see just how far he is driven away from the leaders, just in a few laps since the restart.
There's Kerry Earnhardt. The winner at Pocono back in June the 17th. He won at Pocono. As you look out the back bumper again that's the Lincoln Walters HS Dye Ford for Tim Steele, a 3-time winner in Atlanta, 3-time ARCA Series champion. No one has won more ARCA events here than he has.
Shauna Robinson unable to get by the 66 car of Bob Strait. Bob Strait, the 66, is in 4th position. He's 1 lap down. He's the first of about 11 or 12 cars, 1 lap down. Check out the Remax telemetry as he goes down the front stretch. 188 miles per hour. So 1.3 G-force. Straight accelerates down the backstretch, picks up that tailwind. 186, 7, 8, 9. 189 miles per hour until he goes in turn 3. Back on the accelerator.
Saw the Remax telemetry a moment ago. In case you missed the announcement they made back in Talladega last month, the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series becomes the ARCA Remax Series as of 2001. 3-year contract for Remax, the sponsor. Next year's schedule, 24 races, 18 racetracks, 25 states. They'll run in conjunction with NASCAR's Winston Cup, with the CART FedEx Champ Cars, the Northern Light Indian Racing League Series, and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. They'll have 4 events in conjunction with these ARCA, the Remax ARCA Series in 2001.
Oh, well, you got a crash. Norm Benny comes off turn 4, spins around. Oh, when we see another car, is that Rich Woodland? 47 car of John Herb has run in the wall off turn 4.
There is the 47 car of Herb, who has bounced off the outside wall there. The incident happened right in front of him, bringing out caution for the 3rd time today here on lap 100. There's the car number 4 of Mark Brenner from Trussville, Alabama. He happened to be an innocent victim. Beautiful car for Brenner, because he was the car that the 84 car of Norm Benning came down across the track in front of. Looks like Norm had bounced off the wall.
Yes, it does. Some heavy damage to the number 84, and we see the rescue personnel there talking to Norm Benning, making sure he is going to be okay.
We can see what happened a moment ago to bring out the caution for the 3rd time today up in turns 3 and 4.
There we see some contact between the 21 car of Anthony Hill and the 84 of Norm Benning. And he goes in the wall, and now as Norm Benning comes off the wall, poor Mark Brenner somewhere right there comes into the picture. And John Herb was trying to dodge all these cars. Once again, there's a contact right there. There's the contact in the wall. Now watch the 4 car of Brenner. Right there. Boom. And now John Herb sees all these cars. He tries to avoid the car directly in front of him, and bam. To do that, he has to turn right and right in the outside retaining wall.
Wow. Boy, at about 180 miles an hour, there's the contact again. You see Benning go up, smack the concrete. How in the world does Kirk Shelmerdine miss him? Shelmerdine is the middle car right behind him. There's 57 Shelmerdine. Wow. Now watch from Kirk Shelmerdine's roof camera.
Watch him, he slows down. He sees the car. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. I'd have to pit for laundry on that one.
I'll tell you one thing. The 4 car was going to either hit Kirk Shelmerdine or, never see John Herb out of his car, or Norm Benning. Let's go down to Bill Weber.
Well, Benny, obviously the big benefactor of this is Tim Steele, who gets back around and picks up the lap. He was at the tail end of the lead lap. He was in front of the race leader, so now there are 3 cars on the lead lap. But the interesting thing here is these teams are basically right on the edge of their fuel window, and pit road is closed because of the wrecked car at the pit end. So everyone's trying to figure out how long pit road will remain closed as to whether or not they can make it to the end on fuel. It will be very interesting when they come down pit road.
That is a very interesting scenario, Bill. 62 laps to go, about 95 miles. We'll come back and sort it out from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll have Bill and Ray checking on fuel mileage in just a moment. We ran out of music before we ran out of numbers. Your DJ for a Monday afternoon, Ron Scalise, playing, spinning some tunes.
By the way, we ought to update Matt Mullins.
Yeah, we should.
I guess that's him right there, huh?
Do we have any information? Do we have anybody over in ARCA's control on Matt Mullins?
We ought to update Mullins.
Yeah.
Who? Is that Mullins? You think, Mike? Okay, gotcha.
Little computer things are handy to give you lots of information. I should start using these next. They're handy.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be a son of a gun. Beats having all these papers laying around. If you just use that thing. What these buttons up here for? I think I'll try that. That's lap leaders. What's 2 here? Point summary. Oh, doggies, look at that. Serial scoring. Technically, that'd be P. Lap number 90. Tim Steele will turn the fastest lap of the day of 184.3.
Yep, but if stuff was going away fast, Jerry.
Yeah. These laptops will catch on, BP.
Yeah, they're not good.
There's your sports page. Goodness. Turned into a pretty nice day, didn't it? Weather got a little bit warmer out there later in the race.
Is it warm down there, Weber? Nice, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we know Carter's can go to the end of the race.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's a lap down.
Unfortunately, he learned the hard way. What's your fuel window? I'll let you know. I'm out.
4 tires and fuel.
Who was that?
Yeah. That wind looks like it's whistling pretty good down there. Look at that wind. The chill factor is dropped considerably.
Nelson Crozier, if you wouldn't mind, remember to bring my jacket when you come. I left it with our guy there in our... He better not, he's got my car keys.
The road is open. The green flag is there. They're coming in. Some of them are coming in.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, working caution for the third time a day. Leaders on pit road. There's Kerry Earnhardt in the car number 2 and Shauna Robinson. Bill Weber.
Kerry Earnhardt's going to get 4 tires. Mike Lance is the fuel man. Very critical here to get every drop in to Ray.
So they had hoped to get to lap 105. This is lap 104. It's going to be close on fuel. They should be able to make it. 4 tires for Shauna Robinson. Back to Bill Weber.
They're working on the left side. They've got him on. Now Kerry's slow to get away, Ray.
They got plenty of fuel in the number 8 car here. It is short, and he's getting away. And once again, the 2 car gets out ahead of the 8. Tim Steele is in here. Remember, Bill Weber told you he did get back on the lead lap. Steele could be a factor here now. The crew comes around. They're going to work to the left side. Tim Steele said his car was very tight coming off of turn 4, so they did make a chassis change. They get to the left side. The tires are on. Remember this, he will catch right back up to Shauna Robinson and to Kerry Earnhardt, and it's very likely that Tim Steele may now be the car to beat now that he's back on the lead lap.
Very likely indeed. We mentioned there have been 25 different winners in Atlanta. He has won the most with 3 victories. He was among the four previous Atlanta winners in today's starting field, including Frank Kimmel, Mike Swaim Jr., and Kirk Shelmerdine. There's Tim Steele as we have 10 cars on the lead lap. As they take a look at those Hoosier tires on pit road, we'll come back with a green flag in just a moment.
To Bill, to Ray, to Bill, to Ray, to Bill. So
our
16.
Our score. Okay, that's all right. Back and forth, back and forth, back
We
and
get
forth.
an thank you. Have we gotten any update on Matt? Okay. Thank you.
I thought there was 3. I looked up and saw 10. I said,
What?
Well, see, they hadn't pitted yet here.
that's right, that's right.
Right.
Hey, Benny.
Yeah.
It's very chilly.
Thank you, Weber.
Really, really.
Oh, there you go. That's
We now
good.
talk about food.
Oh, you didn't have something to eat?
Hey, guys. Here's how it stands right now. If this race were over the way they're running, Shauna would miss
However.
the 5th place by 30 points, or by 25. By 25 points, which is what she would have got if she'd have qualified on the pole.
She'd miss it by 35 points. Wow.
She'd miss it by 25.
By 25.
Right now, as they're running. And that's what she lost by not getting to qualify if she'd have gotten the pole.
Big dummy.
No.
Can we do the rest of the race with all the mics open?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Like my headache's not bad enough.
Georgia Baptist. Yeah, normally it's Georgia Baptist. Georgia Baptist Medical. As a precaution. Okay.
Ron Scalise, if we told you we were going to do another race after this one, what would your answer be? And your reaction to that would be?
Oh.
What if
Cover me, Ronnie.
What if they were going to run 3 races, Ron?
Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Scalise playing the buzzer.
And now for something completely different.
That's the maestro of motorsports right there, Ron Scalise.
A man with 3 buttocks.
ARCA Series season finale featuring Ray Dunlap as Lassie.
I'm not even asking for an explanation.
Timmy, come home.
Yeah, Ray better come home intermittently. Well, it's a tough break for Danny Pardis. That much. Yeah.
40, yeah. Yeah, 42 has it.
If we open Ray's mic again. Well, Bill, it's your turn to change him. I'm not down there.
That was Rusty on the restart, wasn't it?
That's Logan because it's Diddley standing up.
Yeah. Sink him, Logan.
I guess that runs in the Punch family.
Yeah.
Three and a half.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, getting set for the restart after the third caution flag of the day involving Norm Benning, Mark Renner, and John Herr. Side-by-side restart.
Green, green, green.
Now that 75 car, the car on the outside, white car on the outside on the left side. Shauna Robinson trying to get on the outside of Curry Earnhardt. The two-car Curry Earnhardt is the leader, but the 75 car showed exceptional strength early on. He is now back on the lead lap. If he can stay there, a caution comes out, go back, he might have a chance to win this thing. From that Damon Lusk in the 75.
54 laps to go here in the Georgia Boot 400. 20th and final event on the $3 million ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series Tour.
Man, Martin Gibson got hit the wall, didn't he, or a camera or something?
Way up high.
Here comes Tim Steele, moves in the second spot. As Curry Earnhardt goes down, tries to close in on Damon Lusk.
Kerry hoping it sticks.
Oh, he doesn't stick. The big-time wiggle, that was close.
And he bounces off the inside of Lusk. Lusk saves it, but that opens the door for Tim Steele.
And Tim Steele drives by to take the lead.
9 laps ago, he was a lap down or almost a lap down. The caution comes out, and now he is the leader after the restart.
And the 3 wide going in turn 3, back about 4 cars. Oh, they made it.
We catch our breath for a moment. I'll pass along information on Matt Mullins, who was involved in an incident on lap number 81. He's been taken to Georgia Baptist Hospital, awake, alert, and conscious for precautionary x-ray. Again, Matt Mullins, a 34-year-old driver of the car number 49, taken by helicopter to Georgia Baptist, awake, alert, conscious for some precautionary checks and x-rays.
You'll never see Damon Lusk in the 75 car, and wow, what a ride he took for just a couple of moments. That 72 car, the blue car, is A.J. Alsop. He is in right now the 4th place runner. He is a lap down to these first 3 cars. Tim Steele, Shauna Robinson, and Curry Earnhardt.
Let's check into the pits with Ray Dunlap.
Well, Jerry, the car that Shauna Robinson is driving today may be one of the most versatile race cars that I have ever seen. They took this car to Daytona early this year, even though it had an intermediate Speedway body on it, one that they would normally run at Atlanta. They ran that thing at Daytona, and it ran awfully well. They took the exact same car and put a different body on it, and they ran it on the short tracks this year. They ran at Salem, Indiana, and on the 1-mile dirt track at Springfield, Illinois. And then they took it back to the shop and put this body back on it to bring it here to Atlanta. And Joe Dan Bailey, the crew chief on this car, says to me that this car has probably run 70% of the races this year in the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series. That is incredible.
That's what I call a pretty functional race car, BP.
I don't guess they ran the dirt track that ARCA ran this year. They run a couple of dirt tracks, I think, each season up in Springfield, Illinois, and DuQuoin.
Donna won 1 pole this year. That's coming at Michigan. She set a new track record at Michigan back on June 10th. Over 184 miles an hour up there. Her best finish was 4th at Pocono. Still looking for her first win. It'll be her first ARCA Series career win. She will go into history books when this day is over. 48 laps left today. 48 laps left remaining in the 2000 ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde season. But boy, wouldn't she love to go in as a first-time winner here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Like she's about as fast as the leader, Tim Steele. And the last time, Tim Steele was very fast for about 10 laps, and then the last run, he was fast for 10 laps, and then his car started slowing down. So maybe Shauna's just simply waiting for that.
We've already had a precedent set. We have first-time winner in the NASCAR Winston Cup finale, the Napa 500, Jerry Nadeau. 30 years of age, getting his first win in NASCAR's Winston Cup competition, driving for Rick Hendrick in the MichaelHolligan.com Chevrolet.
On that 2 corner. Okay, let's get a real good 3 and 4. I want you to get right up on him. Come on. Good run. Keep on it. Stay on it. Let's try to get a real good 1 and 2. Come on.
That's Shauna Robinson's radio. Here we go. On the outside. Almost.
Keep digging. Atta girl, keep digging. Okay, let's do that 3 and 4. Right on it. There you go. You're messing them up. Atta girl, keep digging. Don't slow up. Get right on them.
That's something you very seldom hear. Atta girl.
You hear a lot of atta boys.
Exactly.
Sounds pretty good.
Atta girl, come on, come on. Dig, dig, dig,
Whoa.
dig, keep digging.
And Steele goes around.
Watch your phone. He just give you room. Watch your phone. Keep digging, girl. Keep digging.
And they're spinning on the front stretch.
Straightaway down low. Get her at 1.
So Tim Steele spins around, comes to contact with the inside wall. There's
Taking the outside on that, I backed off a little bit. He's there. Hey, he's got to give you room. If you're out there, he's got to give you room, all right? You are the point. The pace car will pick you up.
That is Joe Dan Bailey, the crew chief, talking to Shauna Robinson. There is Shauna, the car number 8. You saw the back bumper crumple up there as she had contact with Tim Steele.
You just got to get up there and dig like that. He should have gave you room. You had it on the outside. Back up, back up.
There's the 16 of Steele. Now, Chuck Weber also spun on the front straightaway. Let's show you again what happened to Tim as he brings the car around and gets it refired here again off turn 2.
Shauna Robinson has a run on the outside. And there we saw the contact. Shauna gets in the back of Steele. And around he goes on the brakes, but there's nothing going to stop that car from sliding in the inside retaining wall. Jerry told you the straightaways are banked 5 degrees. That 5 degrees just carries everything down the inside. Watch us on board and just listen. And the camera goes on the blink.
Looks like she had a fender to the outside.
And you see, you can, when we go back to that onboard camera shot, watch this. This is my camera. There she is. Yes. She starts by on the outside. And there's the contact. You will hear, when we go back to the onboard camera shot, you'll hear Tim Steele coming off the corner on the throttle. And just before the contact, he backs off. He picked up a push off the corner. Listen to this. Listen to the engine and listen as he backs off coming off turn 2. Hearing back off? That was before the contact. When he backed off, that's what caused the contact.
Ah, so he backed off and she was moving to the outside, and that's...
And his car was pushing up the hill. He backed off to keep him running the wall, and when he backed off and was moved up the racetrack, Shauna was there. She ran the backup.
Wow.
Meanwhile, on this caution flag, Kerry Earnhardt, I don't think he liked these tires, Bill.
He certainly did not, Benny. And the other thing is that he especially didn't like them on the get-go. He said they come in after you run a few laps, but it wasn't very good in the beginning. So he's going to come in, get 4 tires. They really didn't need fuel. They topped it off a little bit. In fact, the guy changing the rear tires actually slipped in the fuel. They spilled back there, but they had nothing to lose by coming in, getting newer tires, and they'll see what happens.
By the way, the sponsorship on that car, I think I misspoke a moment ago. It's the Intimidator SS is a special Intimidator edition Camaro, I'm told, that's available there. You see the sponsor on the hood, Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. That, of course, Kerry Earnhardt, the oldest son of the 7-time Winston Cup champion, trying to get an ARCA win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are under caution for the 4th time today. Back in just a moment. What's that?
BP? Benny.
Yeah.
Did I wake you?
Yeah.
Sorry. They just told Carrie to be really careful because those tires aren't up to pressure yet, so don't run as hard as she does. You definitely won't be as fast as her in the turns in the early going. But before, when that caution came out, they told him he was as fast as the 8 and the 16.
Yeah.
They're saying that Carrie may have pitted too soon.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
That was BP. That was outstanding. I started to...
Didn't he back up just before the contact?
He
backed up.
That was outstanding.
You can close this, sir.
Yep, exactly. Oh, that's right. But he won't. Still got those 11 cars a lap down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, BP.
Yo.
That car did run the dirt, and that was in my report.
Oh, he did? I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Wasn't paying attention.
Just wanted you to know.
Did they run 2 dirt tracks?
Yeah, Springfield and DuQuoin.
That's one. So he ran both of those, huh?
Yep, and ran
What's
Salem.
that guy doing? What's that guy
and Toledo.
What is that all about?
Nah. They call the car Timex.
How about that, huh? Are we going to be able to hear from Tim, you think? Is he, okay. Okay. Yeah, let me correct, by the way, the Atlanta Medical Center deal. I said Georgia Baptist.
He's going to the back, pitting too soon.
And the longest line is long.
How they figured out where he went to, do you?
No, I don't. I thought he had to go to the end of the longest line, but that's just to show you what I know.
He backed up 6 cars.
They're still trying to get through. Now what's he doing? He's in the lead left. How can he be down there? Shauna didn't pit.
She did not come in, no.
The last time they pitted,
They pitted on lap 104 together, the 2 and the 8, but just last time he's the only one that came in under this caution. The 2 car.
well, he's back on the outside, but he's in front of one car he wasn't in front of before. Don't ask me.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, I'm Jerry Punch along with Benny Parsons, Bill Weber, and Ray Dunlap. As they said, it's green flag, restart on lap 128. Now, a moment ago, we saw Kerry Earnhardt pit, and Benny, he was black flagged because I guess he had pitted too early and had to go back to the back of the pack.
He had pitted before the pit road was open, and they penalized him, and he moved back behind 6 or 7 cars and never see Kerry Earnhardt. He moved back about the middle of the field, so he was penalized. How much he was penalized, I have no idea.
For you Tim Steele fans, he's been taken to the infield care center for a precautionary checkup. His car is in the garage area. Speaking of checkups, a moment ago, I mentioned that Matt Mullins had been taken to Georgia Baptist. That is not correct. He's gone to Atlanta Medical Center. Wake alert conscious for some precautionary x-rays. Again, Matt Mullins, the driver of the car number 49, involved in an incident, taken to Atlanta Medical Center.
Only 2 cars on the lead lap. The leader, Shauna Robinson, the 8 car, and the 2 that you see there of Kerry Earnhardt. And Shauna Robinson is all by herself, no cars around, and Kerry Earnhardt is in some heavy traffic as he tries to get by Billy Venturini, the 25 car. That's Andy Hillenberg in 11.
Less than 35 laps to go. There's Shauna flashing by.
That lap by, Shauna ran 181.8 miles per hour. And Kerry Earnhardt back in the traffic could only manage 177. The fastest car on the racetrack is the 66 car. The dark car right behind Shauna Robinson. He's in third position, but a lap down.
Out of there is Bob Strait, the Dolphin Technologies sponsored car, makers of Orasys computers.
Good run here. Go.
Let's check in back in the garage area where we've caught up with Tim Steele.
And Tim Steele is back here in the garage. You just came out of the medical center. First of all, how you feel?
Yeah, I feel good, you know. Feel a lot better than that race car does, I'll tell you that. But, you know, it's just a shame this HS Softex, the Ford Taurus thing was awesome. And, you know, I don't know what happened. Just apparently we got closer than the two cars like. And, you know, it's one of those racing deals, I guess.
You guys battled it out there very close for 2 laps, Tim.
I wish it could have been more than 2, you know. I think it would have put on a heck of a show for everybody, but you know, it's the way it is. You know, enough about me. I want to thank you guys and ESPN and everything for everything you guys have done. And, you know, it's going to be sad not seeing you run around in your ESPN suits and stuff. But maybe that won't last. Maybe that's just for next year.
We appreciate it. Glad to see you can think about that after that wreck.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Now, how about that? A guy just takes a spin at 180 miles an hour and clobbers a wall, loses any chance at winning a race, and thinks about us. So that's class.
That was pretty nice. Thank you very much, Tim Steele.
And by the way, in the drivers' meeting and the ARCA drivers' meeting, every single ARCA car is carrying a Thanks ESPN sticker. I thought that, I heard that just a little while ago. That was very nice of them. Shauna Robinson, 35 years of age, trying to become the 10th different winner. As we bring down the curtain on ARCA competition for the year 2000. We told you at the top of the show, she entered today 6th in points, 130 behind Bobby Gerhardt, to become the first female driver in the history of a national oval track stock car series to finish the top 10 in points. She became the first female driver to run the entire ARCA series. Also won the first NASCAR Touring Series event for a female driver in the NASCAR Goodies Dash Series. Set on a pole here at Atlanta in a Busch car a few years ago. What a talented young race car driver she is.
And you talked about earlier, Jerry, there's some talk about her running some NASCAR Winston Cup events in 2001. So future looks pretty rosy for Shauna Robinson right now.
Michael Kranifus, who owns this car, the former director of Ford Motorsports Worldwide, plans on running a number of events next year. Let's check in her pits again with Ray.
Well, Jerry, at the top of the show, I talked to you about the points situation. Could Shauna move into 5th in the points? Well, right now, Bobby Gerhardt is running back in 19th position. So Shauna would only pick up 90 points if she holds on to win and Gerhardt finishes there. So she would not move into 5th in the point standings. But I have a feeling that she'll suffer being 6th in the points and take home the trophy for the victory.
I believe you're exactly right, Ray. She's still running laps over 179 miles an hour that time. The 72 car at A.J. Alsop is in 5th position. The 08 of Justin Labonte is in 6th. That is about a 4th position. And the 2 car behind them, Kerry Earnhardt, is the 2nd place car. But they're not going to roll over and let him go by as they try to settle their dispute for 5th position.
Justin Labonte, we mentioned, the 19-year-old son of Terry Labonte, the nephew of new Winston Cup champion Bobby Labonte. Of course, his grandfather is Bob Labonte, who was actually calling the shots in the pit today. A.J. Alsop in the track scan Chevrolet, and there comes Kerry Earnhardt on the inside, flashing by A.J. Special weekend for the Labonte family, and there is the 2000 Winston Cup champion. Bobby, as we have a car spinning, that is Burrows in the 53 car. Robert Burrows out of Laurel, Mississippi, who loops it around.
And he's moving. Robert, just keep it moving because it's very soft down there.
See how much rain we've had in Atlanta the past 3 days. It looks like just a marsh, but got those wheels cut, and yeah, by practice, he struck pavement.
But the caution flag is out. Pace cars on the track. Now.
All right, 5th caution flag of the day coming out just a moment ago. Take a look at Robert Burrows' struggles up in turn 4. Car squeaks a little bit sideways. He cranks that steering wheel, and it comes around on him. Down to the grass he goes, but no contact with the concrete as he lips around here in the grass in the tri-oval area of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Back with more in just a moment.
How much more time you got in this shoe?
Pit this time for 4 tires. Everybody ready? Hey, Josh, is your tires good? Josh, are your tires good?
Here she comes.
She's open.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway under caution for the 5th time. Here comes our leader, Shauna Robinson, down pit road. Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway under caution for the 5th time today. Shauna Robinson on pit road, Ray.
All of a sudden, they just decided to go ahead and come in here, make sure this car is good to go in these last few laps. The big question here is, are the lug nuts okay? Just in the last 2 or 3 minutes, they've been gluing these lug nuts on. They got to be very, very careful here. Make sure they hit each one, get them up good and tight. She knows the car is good. The lug nuts are on, all the tires down. 4 tires for Shauna Robinson and back in, but that will give the lead to Kerry Earnhardt.
And Shauna Robinson will come out in 2nd position right now. Only.
You see your pit crew a minute ago, Benny Parsons, all different, some Winston Cup uniforms down there, just sort of a smattering, a smorgasbord rather, from the Winston Cup garage area, pitting Shauna Robinson. Of course, her husband, Jeff Clark, her husband, it works for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated for the Budweiser team for Earnhardt Jr. There was a crew member down there from Tide. There's Jeff Clark, her husband, the big guy there, leaning on the wall with one hand on the jack handle. There was a Tide uniform down there a moment ago, a couple other Winston Cup uniforms.
So there's the leader, Kerry Earnhardt. Shauna Robinson is in 2nd spot.
Well, less than 15 laps to go here as we are set for the final laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kerry Earnhardt is our leader. I said less than 15. I need Bob's calculator. It's 21. I'm sorry. Something about sitting there just...
So, you know, Jerry, the 66, 95, and 08 are on the tail end of the lead lap.
Yeah.
They're right in front of the leader.
Right
between
in
the
front
leader.
of him, yeah.
Between the leader and the pace car.
Okay. Yeah. If we sit out for 6 more laps. What a knucklehead. What an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, no, but she's going to win the race. That was a good move. Very good move. See, I thought she was starting to slow down and Earnhardt was starting to come on. And Joe Dan noticed that. And so last time by, Kerry Earnhardt's bunch trumped him. And this time he re-trumped. Yeah, I think this was a very good move.
Yeah, save a little time for victory lane for her. That'll be nice.
And Bill can talk to that girl.
Well, I hope that we'll never let Bill forget that. That was a pretty good line, though.
He's not listening, is he?
If I was him, I wouldn't be. Bill.
Yeah.
Or you either. You don't. Look at this.
Oh, we're going to wreck right here.
4 wide on the pace lap.
Wow.
Buster said he spends more time driving with the rearview mirror in these ARCA races than he does out the windshield. Yeah.
Up in 3.5 again.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, I'm Jerry Punch, along with Benny Parsons, Bill Weber, and Ray Dunlap in the final laps here of the ARCA season for 2000, getting set for the restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, and Kerry Earnhardt got a terrible start. He missed a shift or something, and Shauna Robinson goes by, takes the lead, and with those fresh tires.
There's Shauna, 4 fresh tires. 17 laps to go in the 2000 ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde season. 35-year-old Shauna Robinson.
Side dig. There you go. Dig. Clear. Keep digging. Make it work. Atta girl. Make it work. Make it work. Keep digging. Atta girl. Keep digging.
Benny, does it help as a driver to hear those words in your headset?
I think it does. I think it encouragement.
There you go. Keep digging.
That's why football teams use cheerleaders, I believe, Jerry. I think it does help. Kind of like having a home field advantage. What happened to 2 cars, guy? What happened to Kerry Earnhardt on that restart?
Benny, I think they were more concerned with getting him in line rather than maybe heating up or scuffing up his tires there on the restart. Just had cold tires, probably had some buildup from running around under the caution. Once he did get up to speed, he said he had a vibration. Now he says that has gone away. So I imagine he had some buildup on those tires, and that caused him to slip on the restart.
Just spun the rear tires with all that horsepower, and that does happen. Joe Cook to the 51 car. Kerry Earnhardt follows him down in the corner.
Atta girl, come on. Come on.
Once again, a reminder, they did not qualify here in Atlanta. They started by owner's points. Michael Kranipus in 6th position.
Atta girl, come on.
Shauna was in, coming in.
Set them up. Come on. Set them up on the outside now.
The 72 car of A.J. Alsop is currently in the 7th position, 1 lap down to the leader. Well, actually, he's on the tail end of the lead lap. If the 8 car can get by, he then will be a lap down.
There you go. Keep digging. Outside. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Hanging tough. Still there. Dig. Still there. Come on. Dig. Clear high. Clear high.
No, you're not clear high.
Keep digging. Keep digging.
Now you're clear high.
Clear high. Clear high.
I could be a spotter, Jerry. You notice that?
Yeah, you did a great job with that, because she wasn't clear high.
No, she was not clear high.
She'd have been clear wrecked if she'd have moved right.
That's exactly right.
12 laps to go for Shauna Robinson.
But meanwhile, she is 2.5 seconds ahead of Kerry Earnhardt.
Atta girl, let her roll. Keep digging.
see Damon Lusk battling there with the 66 car, Bob Strait, passed him for position. Lusk now goes into 5th.
There's Kerry Earnhardt in 2nd spot, making his 6th start this year. They mentioned he won at Pocono, finished 2nd at Charlotte, 3rd at Michigan. Had a 39th at DNF at Daytona involving an incident early on. But Shauna Robinson has never won an ARCA event. Closest she came was 2 years ago on ESPN at Daytona. In the season opener, she finished just shy of the win in 2nd spot at Daytona.
And how many times have we gone down to the pits and seen a wife sitting there burying her head in her hands or cheering for her husband? Well, this time we can watch a husband watch his wife try to win a race. I have never seen this before.
Wow, dedicated wife, mother of 2. Had a successful interior decorating business on her own at home. Now successful race car driver. Started her career back in 1980 out of Des Moines, Iowa, driving what was called the Gator Series. That was
a crash. Mariel Gosling hard in the inside wall.
Caution out. We got a caution out.
Inside of 10 laps to go. 6 caution flag today here on lap 154.
And now we have Justin Labonte, Damon Lusk, David Key, and I think Bob Strait all making up a lap and a half on Shauna Robinson and Kerry Earnhardt.
Wow, that could totally change things here, as now 6 cars will be in the lead lap for these final laps. Look again what happened a moment ago to the car 58.
Mariel Gosling there on the outside of the 42 car of Dan Pardison. Right there's the contact between Pardis and Mariel Gosling. Just in the left rear, and Kerry Earnhardt barely gets by before Gosling comes down across the racetrack into that inside wall.
Well, Mario almost held on to it. He almost held on to it and couldn't quite gather it back in. There's his car. It's damaged, bringing out the 6th caution flag today. Back with the finish at Atlanta in a moment.
Well, not going to be a lot of time left, is there? 2 or 3 laps?
Okay, I'm going to tell you, as soon as this guy waves that flag, you just have a smooth restart. I know we only got 7 to go, but everybody, let's keep our heads in this thing, all right?
Get him, Joe Dan. All those Texas boys got 2 names. You know that? You notice that?
Like Billy Bob and Joe Dan.
Jerry Jeff.
Jerry Jeff. Wanda May. That's a girl, though, Benny.
That's the guys, Jerry.
Oh, guys. Okay. Yeah. Who else? Jerry Lee.
Jerry Lee, that's right.
Single file restart. 10 to go, right?
The 66 car probably should. Not sure about the rest of them.
Maybe 5 to go when you get to the stripe. 5 to go.
Well, the wrecker is pulling the car. Oh, David Keith stopped. Ooh.
Wow, look.
What was he running?
Bob Strait.
Bob Strait?
Bob's dad passed away day before yesterday, I think it was, really? 2 days ago. Frank Strait, and he's got a in memory of on the car.
Damon Lusk. Oh, all these guys stopped.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. David Keith stopped. Justin Labonte stopped. Everybody but the first 2 cars stopped.
Well, this finish is going to be more confusing than a Florida ballot.
I'm telling you. Folks, you understand this, you mustered it, brother. That was not a wise decision right there. Was he third?
Yeah.
Not a wise decision.
Because of his inexperience. Had a hard time.
Yep. Is it one to go? Yep, one to go. I think. What do I know?
How many times have we seen an Earnhardt restart in second place with less than 10 to go and win it?
I guess it ain't one to go.
It's not one to go, huh? Dally Crozier, don't forget my jacket, buddy, if you would, please. Be a little nippy walking to the car.
You're not going down there?
Thank you, Shabby.
Sure.
What's that?
You're not going down there?
When you get to the stripe.
Okay.
I talked to them this morning. They said.
Is Bobby doing the show? Bobby doing the show? Labonte?
I think so. I think it's you and, yeah, I think it's two. And I told him, I said I'd be happy to. And he said,
now then, I believe.
well, back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, this could be very, very interesting. Benny Parsons, caution out for the 6th time on lap 154. Mario Gosselin's car spins and makes contact with the wall. Suddenly, cars that are on the tail end of the lead lap are able to stay on the lead lap and make pit stops.
All 4 cars that were in front of the leader, Shauna Robinson, the 8 car, when they caught up, Bob Strait, David Keith, Justin Labonte, Damon Lusk, all pitted for fresh tires. Maybe Strait only changed 2 right sides, but I know Lusk and some of these other guys did in fact change 4 tires. So now we have 6 cars on the lead lap.
Those top 6 back to Damon Lusk. Ray Dunlap?
Well, Jerry, Damon Lusk did take on 4 tires, and from what I've seen throughout the course of the day today, he has either the fastest car or the 2nd fastest car. We've seen that early on whenever he was out front. This is a very good car, and with 4 tires, I don't know about his inexperience. This is only his 11th race this season, but I think the 75 car may have a shot at getting up there and racing with the 8 and the 2.
You ready? You ready? Green flag, green flag. Dick. Whoa, inside. Dick. Inside, Dick.
Bob Strait goes to the inside with those fresh tires. And Kerry Earnhardt is back to 4th, and here comes David Keith, and Strait goes in the lead.
Bob Strait in the car number 66. Trying to steal one here at Atlanta Motor Speedway from a lap down.
Come on, girl. We only got 1 more. 2 more to go. Let's go.
David Keith to the inside.
Looking inside. Dig. Clear. Come on, girl. He's there. Inside.
And now they race door to door, and Bob Strait able to pull away with 2 to go.
And here comes Justin Labonte and Damon Lusk. And Shauna Robinson goes back to 5th as Brian Ross blows an engine.
White flag that time by for Bob Strait, whose only Speedway victory came at Talladega a year ago on ESPN. Strait driving for the now retired Mark Thompson out of Cartersville, Georgia, the Dolphin Technologies Ford Taurus. Here comes Justin Labonte in the 0-8 on the inside. Final lap for 2nd position. Labonte on the bottom of the racetrack. Keith is there. Strait takes the victory. It'll be Labonte, Keith, Lusk, Shauna Robinson, and Kerry Earnhardt. That's the top 6 on the lead lap.
What a finish. Shauna Robinson had the race well in hand until the caution flag. Just 8 laps to go, and she ends up finishing in the 5th position.
This has to be an... You see this?
For your father. Go down.
Celebration. You just a moment ago you heard Bob Strait say, "It's for my dad." His father, Frank Strait, passed away a couple of days ago. They were dedicating this race to his father. Ray Dunlap.
Well, let's hear from the brother. Donnie, not knowing what's going to happen next year for this team. Whoa, boy, we got the Gatorade shower, and that's going to be a cold one. Congratulations, buddy. I know this one's for your dad.
Yeah, that was for my dad. We thought we had it in Pocono, but we got it the hard way today.
Unbelievable race here, guys, as Bob Strait comes back, puts on right side tires, makes the move, and pulls off the victory.
An emotional finish here. There is the champion on the right side of your screen, Frank Kimmel, the 2000 ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series champion. And an emotional day with the heaviest of heavy hearts. Veteran Bob Strait comes from a lap down with 4 laps to go. You couldn't have scripted it any better at Hollywood. An emotional win for Strait, and there's the disappointment for Shauna Robinson. Yes, she will go into history books. Yes, what a great year she has. She should not hang her head, but she thought she had the victory here today. A 2-car salute to all the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde fans. Back in just a moment. They'll bring him straight to victory lane. Wow.
You need me for this 5 minutes?
Not really any way to put it into words here today, Shauna. Fabulous race today. I know without the victory you're awfully disappointed, but it was another great day.
Yeah, I'm definitely not happy. You know, it was so close, and you know, we did all we could do. We had a good race car all day. There's no question we're the class of the field, and my guys worked their tails off all year, and I wanted to win this one for them. And, you know, there at the end, fresh tires got us, and it's not like we really had that many laps on ours, and I really didn't think it was going to hurt us. I mean, I thought we'd be good, but he just got us there at the end.
What about the restart?
You know, I don't think gear-wise we were really great the whole race on restarts. I mean, I would run out of gear pretty quick, so I got a good start. It's just he was all over me and dove down, and tires showed on the bottom. But, you know, again, we did all we could do, and darn, I needed this one. I need a sponsor next year, and, you know, but this team has gone through a lot this year, and we've had a good race car at many races, and at least we showed it all day long today, and that's what's important. I mean, we've got the talent, every one of us, and I just want to race more races. You know, it's the end of the year. I hope I'll be at Daytona with my same guys, because I really don't want to race with anybody else. I just want to race and win races, and I think we proved today that we can do that, you know, and that's the point. We proved that we can win, and, you know, I've always said you got to put yourself in a position to win, and I'm eventually going to get it.
Absolutely. In position today, didn't get the victory, but a great season as Shauna Robinson will finish 6th in the season-ending ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde points.
Posted third, Damon Lusk, career best ARCA finish in 4th, Shauna Robinson guys get in there. Big thanks to all the fans that came out today. Got to see some great racing all day long, 750 miles worth. Appreciate your patience all week. This is all week, a lot of rain, a lot of cool weather in the area. Hold on, yeah. Hang on. Georgia Boot 400. Hope to have you back here next year. Hope to get some word from the winner, Bob Strait and Victor Lane as well. Kyle Pettit headed that way.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Georgia Boot 400 is history. And listen to the celebration in Victory Lane. 51-year-old Bob Strait. Has to be an emotional win considering all he was carrying with him in the race car. Let's go down to Bill Weber.
Well, men will be boys, and a big celebration from Bob Strait and his entire team. First of all, congratulations. I know you weren't alone in that car today.
No, we got a lot of help. My dad was riding with me today. We had a chance to win at Pocono. My dad was sick, still alive, and he didn't get to see it, so this one's for him.
Tell me about the last restart.
Oh,
restart, Bob.
Well, we never gave up. I mean, we were down a lap. I thought maybe I could stay up. They said, no, come in before there. These guys have directed me all year and did a good job. On that restart, I seen Shauna puffing a little smoke there, and I saw Earnhardt jump up on her. We had enough room, and I seen start-finish line. I got to run, and we made 2 tire stops. They called 2 tires. Car had been a little loose. I said, let's go for it. We need to loosen it up, and that did. I'd like to thank Dolphin Tech, Chris, and the whole bunch. The short track crew that got us here, I believe we finished second in points. We didn't win the championship, but boy, we had a good ride.
And I know this win means a lot to you. Congratulations,
Thanks,
Bob.
Dolph. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Bob Strait in Victory Lane. A disappointing finish for Shauna Robinson, and she's with Ray Dunlap.
Not really any way to put it into words here today, Shauna. Fabulous race today. I know without the victory, you're awfully disappointed, but it was another great day.
Yeah, I'm definitely not happy. You know, it was so close, and you know, we did all we could do. We had a good race car all day. There's no question we were the class of the field, and my guys worked their tails off all year, and I wanted to win this one for them. And, you know, there at the end, fresh tires got us, and it's not like we really had that many laps on ours, and I really didn't think it was going to hurt us. I mean, I thought we'd be good, but he just got us there at the end.
What about the restart?
You know, I don't think gear-wise we were really great the whole race on restarts. I mean, I would run out of gear pretty quick, so I got a good start. It's just he was all over me and dove down, and tires showed on the bottom. But, you know, again, we did all we could do, and darn, I needed this one. I need a sponsor next year, and, you know, but this team has gone through a lot this year, and we've had a good race car at many races, and at least we showed it all day long today, and that's what's important. I mean, we've got the talent, every one of us, and I just want to race more races. You know, it's the end of the year. I hope I'll be at Daytona with my same guys, because I really don't want to race with anybody else. I just want to race and win races, and I think we proved today that we can do that, you know, and that's the point. We proved that we can win, and, you know, I've always said you got to put yourself in a position to win, and I'm eventually going to get it.
Absolutely. In position today, didn't get the victory, but a great season as Shauna Robinson will finish 6th in the season-ending ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde points.
Getting console from Jodan Bailey or crew chief. They're unofficially our results. Benny, 6 cars finishing on the lead lap.
And Justin Labonte finished in second, started 37th. A terrific run for him as we check out 16 through 30.
Former Rookie of the Years of Bobby Gerhardt and Mark Gibson finishing 16th and 17th. You see the remainder of our finishers down to 41st. Ed Barrier out early with an engine problem. Let's go back down to Ray.
Well, let's hear from Justin Labonte, who did finish 2nd today. Great run. What'd you learn out there on the racetrack today?
Oh, I learned a lot. This is the first time I ever raced here at Atlanta, and it's an awesome track, and the guys gave me a great car all day, and it was a lot of fun out there.
It's been an awesome weekend for the Labontes.
Yeah, it has. You know, Bobby winning the championship, and that's just a cool deal, and it's great to come out here with a good run.
Tell me about next year. Where are we going to see you racing?
Man, I don't know. I don't have anything yet. Don't have a sponsor, don't have a ride, so we're kind of looking, but I'm sure we'll be running something somewhere.
Okay, this should help. A good second-place run at Atlanta. Jerry?
Thank you very much. And what a way to complete the 48th year for the Automobile Racing Club of America, the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series based in Toledo, Ohio. What a finish. A great run to the finish. Shauna Robinson getting in the history books today. And how about the celebration for a man driving with a heavy, heavy heart, 51-year-old Bob Strait, winning for his father, who he lost just 2 days ago. And how about a salute to our champion, his second championship in 3 years, Frank Kimmel, 38 years of age, winning the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde title for the second time. For Benny Parsons, Bill Weber, and Ray Dunlap, I'm Jerry Punch, once again congratulating Bob Strait on his win and Frank Kimmel on his championship in the 2000 ARCA season. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. So long, everyone, from Atlanta. VP, thank you, man.
Okay, Doc. Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Yes, sir. Neil, thank you, man. Thanks, everybody in the truck. Yes, it has been. Whatever happens, it has been fantastic.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mikey and Neil. Thanks, everybody in the truck.
Yep.
All right,
Bye-bye,
baby.
y'all.